Hello, everybody. This is High Five Resale Shop, where we talk about things that sold on eBay. Try and go over the things that sold on eBay over the weekend, and also various topics that are related to eBay and eBay selling. It's the day after the Super Bowl. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl for the second time, back-to-back championships. Watched the game. It's a pretty good game. Not that I'm not really into football anymore, but enjoyed that. The kids watched it. My wife and I watched it. And then it snowed in Missouri here. There's about 2, maybe 3 inches of snow on the ground right now. So they shut everything down like they normally do. I got to do this video, and then I'm going to ship my packages and take them to the post office before they close. So let's go through the stuff that sold this weekend, including the item that sold this morning. So the first thing, we're going to go backwards. So this is the last thing to sell. The first thing this morning was this little Coca-Cola Christmas truck. This we got from a Facebook Marketplace ad. It was a whole bunch of Coca-Cola stuff. I think we spent $200 on it. This is the first item of it that sold. There's a bunch of plates with a laughing snowman on it, and then also a cookie jar with a one of the polar bears sitting next to a Coke machine. So this is the first item that sold from that group of stuff, and it sold for $9.99 plus shipping on top. So it's not that bad. The next item, let me see if I can show it to you. It is already packaged up and ready to go. I packaged it up after I did it. Let me flip the camera around. So it's this lot of 17 purse and shoe bags or protective bags. They usually come with a purse or sometimes with an expensive pair of shoes. There's 17 of them in there. Brahmin, Banana Republic, Dooney and Burke, Ralph Lauren in there, a Michael Kors bag, and a Coach bag in there. And those 17 bags sold for $30 plus shipping. Let me go back here really quick. Maybe I think there was an offer on it or something. Where was I at? Okay, let me go backwards. So that was $22 plus shipping. I'm sorry, $22 plus shipping. So that's ready to go. The next thing was a pair of pants. Black, size 6, I think. Short. Just dress pants. Nothing special about them. Those sold for $14.40 plus shipping. The next item is the Village People's Greatest Hits. So that's fun. That sold for $4 plus shipping. So not a huge sale there. And then before that sold 3 Dog Night, suitable for framing. And I don't know a song off of there. My favorite is I've Never Been to Spain, by 3 Dog Night. I think that's what it's called. The next item is a Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog, I think is theirs too. That's a pretty good song. XCVI a pair of medium khaki pants with cargo zippers on it. This sold for $20 plus shipping, so that was a pretty good sale right there. Got some good money out of that. The next item is an audio book. It's called First Mountain Man Preacher's Pursuit. This sold for $8 plus shipping. This is one of those graphic audio books where there's actors for every character and they do sound effects in it, so pretty neat. The next item was a book that I was really surprised when it sold. I didn't know this was still a thing, but it's Mall Walking Madness. Mall Walking Madness sold for $4.75 plus shipping. Let's read the cover here. Everything you need to know how to lose weight and have fun at the same time while walking the mall. Okay. Then there was another book that sold right before that. This one is called Savage Inequalities: Children in America's Schools. So that sold, that was $11.20 plus shipping, so that was a good sale on a book. The next item was a Eddie Bauer top. So this crossbody wrap top here, like a navy blue. This sold for $7 plus shipping. The next item is this Pampered Chef stoneware dish. It's a fairly big pan from the Heritage Collection. I think it's a casserole dish, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty deep. And then I had this warmer in there, and I think I'm gonna ship them together. Even though the person didn't get this or order this, I gotta get rid of this somehow, and I think it's gonna be good protecting some of the sides of this a little bit. So I'm gonna ship these things together, and then I'm gonna write this off on my consignment sale. I'll end up paying for it myself as part of the shipping materials that I use on that. The next item, well, that sold for, I'm sorry, go back. That sold for $16 plus shipping, and it looks like they paid about $15 in shipping. So I have a lot of room to play with. I might end up, refunding that person some shipping because it looks a little bit much. But we'll see. The next item is this book. It sold for $10 plus shipping. Richard E. Byrd, Adventure to the Poles. It's a book that's pretty old. It's an old library book. Ex-library book. Always reveal that it's an ex-library book in your listing. It's from 1963. So I got a bunch of library books from somebody, and they were like the books they took out of the library because nobody had checked them out. And they're in perfect condition. All they have is this Dewey Decimal System thing on the side. And they were never checked out. Even some of them even had the card, like the card in the back, and it's like empty. This one has been checked out a couple of times, but in great condition. So $10 plus shipping on that. The next item is from my estate sale closet, and Allie Miles, this teal top here, it's XL, and it sold for $20 plus shipping, so that's a good sale right there. The next item is a DVD. It's called Incognito Transatlantic RPM. I've never heard of Incognito, I don't think. Bluey calls on his music friends Shaka Khan, Maiza, and Mario Biondi. 30 years of making musical magic. So, this sold for $8 plus shipping. And the next item is new. That Incognito one was used. This one's new. This is Trace Adkins. The Way I Want to Go. There you go. That's it. Country CD, $14.40 plus shipping. It's an anniversary edition. It's got 5 new songs or something on it. The last item is from Friday, and I couldn't find it on Friday before I went to the post office with a couple of other items that sold. Otherwise, this would be long gone. But this vintage top doesn't look like vintage is in the title. That's probably why it took so long. But you can tell by the tag that's a vintage tag. This ivory top is a let's see here. This is a size 14, so that's a large. This sold for $7 plus shipping, and it's kind of silky top there. Sold plus shipping, so $7 plus shipping. So pretty good weekend of sales. I would have hoped for a few more, but we're happy that we had sales. Because if you remember in the last video, we talked about the doomsday of eBay, and so like we had a day where we sold $27, and we had a day where we sold $8.49. Friday was a really good. Friday was the best day in the last 31 days, as of right now. And then we had fairly good Saturday and Sunday, and today is starting off slow, but we shall see where that goes. I kind of wanted to today maybe talk about do a series on listings, how to do a listing on eBay. And so what I'm going to do is pull up an active listing here, and we're going to go to it, and I'm going to show you how to fill out your listing sheet. So when I start a listing, I always go to an already listed item that I have, and then I just click, and I'm going to turn around and bring you over here. Okay, so I go over to like this Bette Midler CD, which I listed the other day. I hope you could see my arrow, and I'm going to click the drop down menu, and then I hit sell similar. Okay, so I never start from a new listing. I always start from a sell similar situation. I don't use other people's listings. It's just not the way I learned, and I don't trust what other people have put in their titles. I don't want to be responsible for what other people have written in their titles. So I kind of stay away from that. There are times where I'll look at a listing and try and copy some of the keywords that they might have, but I don't do that all the time. In this case, of course, you have to have a photo of something. So on the CDs, they sometimes have a stock photo, and I will use those if they're there. There are a lot of people who insist on having the CD actually a picture taken of it. I just think that's so much more time with these CDs. The reason I like CDs is it doesn't take very much time. On all other items, I will take pictures of them and put them up. I do not use stock photos. I never will use stock photos because it's actually not allowed on eBay. If they find that you're using stock photos, they could take them down, all those listings down that you put up. So here in the title area, this is what we're going to talk about today. Setting up your title to be successful. So there are certain things that you should put in your title to make it successful. On these CDs, what I always do is kind of keep the same format going. So there are only a few things that I change excuse me, when I'm doing these CDs. I'll change if it's new or used, so that's always something that I change. And then there's another area in the listing down below where you have to change that if you change to new. The next thing I change is the name of the artist, and then the title of the album. So those two things go that right there. You could put them anywhere in the title. I put them here so that when you go to a listing here, it's going to say used, and it's this stuff will show up. The last little bit, see the ... over here on this one over here, this ... there's more to that title. You can't see it. So if you don't have the most pertinent stuff at the beginning, then it might come off as this ... or ellipsis, as it would be called. So then I put that stuff in the front end so that people see it. And then I put a lot of my keywords at the end of it. Like, nobody's going to search for it by the year it came up, but if they're looking for the Rose soundtrack, there might be a version that came out in 1995, a version that came out in 2005, and they want a specific version of it. That's where this is going to help them. And they're going to know by maybe the cover, they're going to know by this, but at least they get to the right page first, and then they can start looking for these keywords. Next, after I put name of the artist, then title of the album, I just have this generic set of words here. So I have recording, and then music, and then in between it I put whatever I think it is. So in this, it says grunge, pop, and music, which is probably should just be rock and pop, and because it's a movie about Janis Joplin, if I remember. So it should probably say classic rock here. I probably put up a grunge CD, the CD before this, and that's how this stayed in here. It's just something that I missed. Is it going to affect this CD selling? No, not really. So then music CD is in here. If it was an audio CD in here, it would be an audio CD. Excuse me. And then the year 1995 was the year this was released, according to eBay here. So like here it says release year, and so it'll tell me. I could look it up on the back of the artwork here, but usually eBay tells me the year that it was put in. If this was clothing, the used would still be here. This changes to Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren, any of that stuff. And then some of the back end of this changes to fit a piece of clothing. Let me get to a piece of clothing here. So Ralph Lauren. So here I have it as Lauren, Ralph Lauren, and then I have used, And then I have the size here, the color of it. If solid, so you only have 80 characters. So if I can only get blue in there and I can't get solid blue in there, that's going to be okay. 3/4 sleeve, SLV, I shorten for sleeve. And I always kind of take out the E's in sleeve because this is a key word that people aren't necessarily looking for. They're going to type in Ralph Lauren blue shirt large. That's what they're going to type in. Crew neck, it says crew shirt. So neck I removed because it was I was running out of characters. I probably could have taken out solid and put in neck there instead. Shirt, top, blouse. So I put in shirt, top, blouse. It covers all 3 descriptions of this, what it is. Some people might call it a blouse. Some might call it a top. Some might call it a shirt. I have all those in there so that anybody who types any of those in, this listing should come up. And then I have women's in here. So, so that is how I built this title. Let's go back out and see if I have something that's an audiobook. Let me put in Coke. Okay, so where is this? Okay, so here is the cookie jar with the Coke bear hanging on this, hanging out on this Coke machine. So this is just some random, item to sell here. So it's vintage, so I put that first. Used, and then I started to describe the item. Coca-Cola bear with a Coke bottle machine, ceramic cookie jar, and then I put some of the measurements on there. This is building a listing, building a title listing that's going to be searchable for best results. Okay, so what I see sometimes is a lot of people will put in just like 5 or 6 words. They might put in free shipping. They might put rare. They might put any kind of words in the title. Those words are not going to direct people to your listing. Keywords are the most important thing to get eyes on your listings. And if you waste the 80 characters, they give you 80 characters for the listing. If you waste those 80 characters, then your listing is not going to sell. And I think, and I'm just guessing here, but I think this is where in reseller Facebook groups and stuff, where we get a lot of the I haven't sold any of my items, and why haven't I sold my items? This doesn't work, and whatever. I'm guessing that their keywords are terrible. Those 80 characters that they give you are the lifeblood of your listing, and if you aren't doing that right, then nothing you do is going to work. You could source the best items and have absolutely no luck in selling them because you're not creating that listing correctly. So this video is getting a little long. Thank you for watching up until now. I appreciate it. I hope the little tutorial on building the title of your listing is helpful. If it is, please drop me a comment below. I appreciate it. If you want to hear more, I think I'm going to go next into some of the other areas in the listing and just go like line by line on how I think about that when I'm putting my listings together. So yeah, comment below if you like this kind of content. Let me know so I can continue on with it. Subscribe, like the video, give me a thumbs up. And to those who have commented in the last couple videos, I totally appreciate it. And Let me know if there's something you want me to address on here, and I'll be glad to do it. But for now, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.